What up, home slices, home fries, and homes of other varieties. Alright, let's see here. Should be good. Aye. Sorry for starting like 2 minutes late. I couldn't find my phone charger. But today we are going to be doing some updates, card readings, and what else? Q&As. Welcome, I see dead people. And I will be writing down names for those who want readings today. But first, let me write down the updates so I don't forget. What's up, I see dead people? How's it going? How's the sound sounding? Happy 4th of July. Oh yeah, it's 4th of July for you. For me, we still got about, what, 4 hours? Let's see. So I'm going to be giving personal health updates, Oracle deck updates, website updates. I'm just thinking out loud until more people come. What else do I have for updates? Events, stuff like that. I see dead people. Would you like a reading today? You can be the first one. Oh yeah, the house updates. Thank you for reminding me. It's coming along. We finally got the roof fixed. Basement doesn't get fixed until the end of July. My office is still a work in progress. I was able to clean it a little bit, but until they fix the ceiling, I'm not gonna do much in there. I might record my regular videos in there, but for live streams, since the one camera will be on the other side, you'll see like the mess. So that's why we're doing it here in my living room. But I'll probably repeat all this until more people come back in, or just come in general. Let's see. Oh yeah. Let's see, socials. So, oh, hello Cat Goddess. If you aren't following me under the Fine Art Medium on Facebook or Instagram, I highly recommend doing so, because I'm going to do jewelry like live streams, kind of like when you go on TikTok and they do like their live, I don't know, some of them like Fad Keys do crystals. I'll be doing that with my jewelry once I figure out like the structure. But I'll be doing it on Facebook and or Instagram, maybe TikTok, but I haven't figured that out yet. I really don't like TikTok, because that way it doesn't mess up the algorithm here on YouTube. Yeah, guys, don't forget to like this live. Once more people come in, we'll start going through things. What up, Lost Voices with Jackie? And thank you. I touched up my hair. Yeet. It was looking kind of dank as fuck. So, I see dead people. You don't have any socials? What do you mean? You're using YouTube. That counts. Alright. We got enough people in here. So let's start with the updates, and then we'll move to the card readings. So updates, personal health. If you read the community posts, I was in the hospital 2 days. That put me behind on a bunch of things, especially with videos, which is why I decided to do a live for this week, just because I'm on new meds too, and they're kicking my ass. And so that put me behind this week as well. And I took them before the live, which gives me 3 hours until I get the side effects. So that's going, still undergoing like tests to see what the fuck is going on. But other than that, the house, the roof has been fixed. My office is still like a work in progress. The ceiling needs to get fixed yet. And so a lot of my lives will probably be in the living room until that's done, because my office is still a mess even though I cleaned it. And then the basement don't get fixed till the end of July, and then once that's done, we should be good. Ghost is still, he's a work in progress. He's getting better. He's not having the shits every 30 minutes like he was, so that's good. And then for the Oracle deck, guys, I have some updates on that. Yeah, we didn't hit the goal for the to fund it. However, I had some savings and I'm using that, so they are currently in production. The contract says 180 days, which would have started, I think, at the beginning of June, but that's like a rough estimate, so it could be earlier than that, which I'd rather have it be early than late, or the 180 days. So there's that. They did send me a proof of the guidebook, which it was pretty good. Like, the inside was perfect. The cover, I mean, there wasn't necessarily anything wrong with the cover. It was just that some of like the images and like the important stuff was somewhat on the binding. So I shrank it to move it over a little bit so it's not as, well, it annoys me because I'm OCD, but technically I could have let it slide, but I want that shit perfect since, you know, you guys helped me get to my goal and help me fund this, but also because it's a project that I really care about, so I don't want it to look meh. I want it to be fucking perfect, yo. Let's see. So everything looks good there. And then website updates. It's taken me a bit to get the jewelry stuff listed on there. If you guys are interested, before I even get that up, like I said, when I do my live stream shows on Facebook or Instagram, that's why it's important to follow me on all my socials, because there's going to be some things that I'll be doing on there that I won't be doing on here. Just because I want to keep the algorithm separate, especially on YouTube. I don't want them to think I'm just a strictly jewelry channel, because, you know, I do a lot of shit, and it sucks with having the algorithm wanting you to do one thing. So stay tuned for that. But you can always like message me, whether it's on Instagram, my website, however you message me, and be like, hey, I'm looking for a Labradorite bead bracelet. I got plenty of those, so you can be like, hey, I want this, and if I have it, I'll let you know and I can mail it to you. And then events. So my investigation group, Actual Paranormal, they're starting to upload stuff on socials, so make sure you're following us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. I think those are the 3 main things that we have going on. You can see the team, you get to see all the equipment that we're using. We had our first live stream like a few weeks ago, so go on YouTube under Actual Paranormal. And then on 10/10, so October 10th, 2025, we will be doing a live show where you can come in person at the Everett Theater and watch us do our thing. We're going to be dropping and talking about our first episode. So we'll go through segments and we'll have Q&As, and I'll be doing a live demo of the deck and a reading on stage for people. So if you're in the Delaware area, Everett Theater, 10/10, time is to be determined, so just make sure you're sticking around and, you know, monitoring the socials. What up, Just Reach? Hey girly, missed your face, missed you guys. Hi Perry, it's been a while. Let's see, but yeah, socials, so Astral Paranormal, and then Fine Art Medium. Just make sure you're following on all of that. And I will be doing now, since I got through all the updates, the readings. So if you are interested in a oracle or tarot reading, let me know in the comments and I'll write you down on the list and we'll go from there. So let me know if you guys are interested. I got my OJ, might have to get a refill, but hopefully we can stay here for a while. Like I was saying in the beginning, I'm taking these new meds and I took them before the live, and usually the side effects kick in within 3 hours, so I feel like that's plenty of time to get a bunch of stuff done. Sure, okay, Cat Goddess. Anybody else? I'll take roll call first before we get into these lives here. Cat Goddess, what kind of reading are you looking for? We can do tarot, we can do oracle, we can go by question. You don't necessarily need a question, but if you want a question, go for it. But like I said, we don't need a question. Spirit will point out the most important thing that you need answered. Hi, Alicia. Welcome. Boop, boop. And I got a new oracle deck. I was bad and I spent money on this deck. Hee hee. It's so pretty. So I'm hoping I get to use this tonight. Alright guys, anyone else? Would you guys like a reading? Let me know. I just realized my phone's not charging. Fun. Might as well unplug it, right? It's plugged in the wall, so I don't understand. Yeah, my deck is in production. I had done so much work, I wasn't going to like let it fail just because it didn't have enough money. Okay, Alicia. Anybody else? Got it. Okay, Cat Goddess. We'll just write anything goes. Alicia, what kind of reading do you want? Kelly, good morning. Your hair looks super cute. Thank you. But hopefully I don't need to take my acid reflux medicine either, because my acid reflux with this new medicine is terrible. Okay, just Rach, I'll write it down. What kind of reading do you want? Paranormal in my house, Alicia. We'll write that down. Paranormal. Para. Welcome, Denise. Would you like a reading? And if so, what kind? And if you're not sure, we can just let Spirit decide. Paranormal in my workplace. Oh. Okay. What up, Jason? How's it going? It's going so well. Guys, don't forget to hit the like button. Denise. All right. Anybody else? Things are going. Just Rach, let Spirit wait. Didn't you? Who just said? Oh. So just Rach was anything. Who said Paranormal my workplace. That was Kelly. Okay. Normal workplace. All right. Anybody else? All right. So we got, what, 5 people right now? So the first one is Cat Goddess. She said anything. So we'll do that first. So let me move my list. Hopefully today I do not throw my cards off the back here of this bar table thing. All right. What deck do I feel like using? All right. I think I know. I've been digging this deck a lot. Let the spirits decide. I like this deck too because I don't have to use the book all that much. Like, you don't need to necessarily know what the suits and shit mean. Alright, I'm shuffling. Every day I'm shuffling. I should have made sure that the dog water was not directly behind me. Oh, we got one already. Oh, Spirit's being nice today. Interesting. Ah. And don't forget, guys, we can do regular Q&As too. So like questions, if you have any general questions that don't require readings, I can do that as well. Like paranormal questions, spiritual related questions, stuff like that. For the Q&A, and obviously the readings is based off of what you want to know. I'm going to pull 2 more before I start going. And just let me know, like when I'm reading for you, let me know yes or no if that makes sense. And just validate if you can. If you can't, that's okay. Sometimes my interpretations could be a little off. I swear to God, this one will pop out too. Come on. 2, but 1 at a time. Welcome, Linda. All right, Linda, I'll write you down in a sec. I'm trying to be extra careful and not throw these. Almost. Oh, there we go. Wait a minute. We have a card that's backwards. Which one is it? Oh. Okay. Make sure none of them else. Okay, that was the only one that was backwards. Cool. Let me write Linda. Okay, so Cat Goddess. First card we got was the Death card. And interestingly enough, right after that came the Tower card. And usually when I see these two together, it has to do with endings and beginnings. So it looks like something that you've been going through is coming to an end and something new is going to begin. We have the 7 of Wands here. When I see this card, it just feels like, hold on. It looks like you're fighting for something new. It's interesting that we have the King of Swords as well. Illegal boosting, I need a reading. What's the Powerball numbers? That's funny. Illegal boosting, I'll write you down. Alright. I don't even remember what I was saying. King of Swords, usually that's masculine energy. Let's see what else. I just hear, which is funny because of he's holding like a dagger and a sword. Someone that's sharp mentally. And then it's interesting here too that we have the Nine of Swords and then the Nine of Pentacles. So with these together, it kind of feels like it's almost giving like a person that seems too good to be true, that's ultimately like giving you some kind of mind fuck. So that could be in the way of like, they might look really cool or good on the outside, but when you get to know them, they're actually very toxic and very like mentally abusive. Or it could be like somebody that is like good, sharp around the edges, and like maybe it's your own like thoughts about the situation that is making it, I don't know, it's like I had the thought and it just went whoop out of my mind. It's like negative thinking and like worry about what that person could either do to you or like what others would, or how others would perceive. Thanks, Kelly. I'm pretty sure the spirit chose my username because it's like any time I had as anything else, it always felt like I was supposed to choose that name, LMAO. Joppy G, hello. Cat Goddess, you still there? And then we have the Knight of Pentacles, so it's like something good is coming your way. And like with the Nine of Swords, it could just be your own little mental torture. Ill thinking that can make situations worse or make problems. Any of this making sense? Maybe you were in a not so good relationship, or it could just be a relationship with, it could be friends, family, romantic, something that wasn't good for you. Thank you, Joppy. But it feels like there's a lot of inner turmoil. My tummy's hurting. Move this up. The reading is for Cat Goddess. And if you're new in the chat, if you would like a reading, please let me know. I'll write you down on the list. I tend to overthink things for the better or worse. It can be really good things sometimes, or other times not so much. Well, I feel like there's like a big thing in your life currently that's going to come to an end, and a new beginning is going to come out of it. But you might have to, what's the word? It's like, it might be a little hard and you might be fighting for the positive outcome, if that makes sense. And interestingly too, with the Tower, with this card here and how it's depicted, it kind of reminds me of like when a castle is seized, or like a checkmate, and then like the crown is falling, and that means it's like taken over. So it's like a battle. Plus 2 with the 7 of Wands, he's literally fighting. All right, Grace, I'll write it down. Rough journey, but worth it. I agree. Because at the end, you're still going to have that reward. I lost my mom and dad recently. I've been diving into everything paranormal, spiritual, and more. I'd love a reading. Sure, Joppy, I'll write you down. Alright. Anything else, Cat Goddess? Yes, I am sorry for your loss. I might pull 1 or 2 cards from this deck too as we're waiting for Cat Goddess. And like I said, when it comes to these types of readings, I am not perfect. My preferred method is to not have to use cards and just sit there and meditate. But that's not fun to watch. What would we get? Fulfillment. Numbers, that's also a 9. How many 9s we got? 7. That's 1 9. Okay. So it's kind of like the stuff that's going to happen or is happening or has happened. It's part of your journey and it's part of a lesson that needs to be fulfilled. So. Oh my god, yeah. I feel like that's everyone's favorite part is watching me struggle to shuffle. It's fine. It's fine. This here. Alright. I mean, I'm always praying and trying to manifest the best outcome for everyone or just in general. Okay. Alright, we're going to move on to the next person. Sorry, Cat Goddess, if that doesn't, like, I don't know, help you in any way. Just put these in. All right. Next person is Alicia. So, and guys, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. I should put this over here. It's my good hand. God damn. Now you get to watch me struggle put the cards back in the box. Welcome, Anita. Would you like a reading? Mother Trucka Jones. Alright, sir. Alicia, you said paranormal in your word, or no, paranormal in general. Which I got the perfect thing for you. If I can get it out of the bag. Okay, Anita, I'll write you down real quick. Alright. Oh, I don't know if I said this yet as an update, but so there were a few cards I updated the image on, so I thought it would just be better overall and fit the overall theme, which I try to keep the overall theme like purple-ish. Obviously the chakra cards I did not keep purple because I wanted them to correspond with the correct color. Right, I mean, I get it. It's like I don't even need cards to be accurate on things, but the reads I've tried on people been scary, shocking, accurate. It's crazy how it is sometimes. Hey, that's just how it be sometimes, yo. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. Hello. Good, Alicia, because purple on the inside and purple on the outside. Joppy, I love your videos giving your take on investigations and the investigators themselves. Oh, thank you. All right, so we're pulling for Alicia. She's got paranormal situation. If you would like more clarification, Alicia, we can do a private session, but you'd have to book that. Okay, yeah, one card. The first card that popped up, by the way, is Poltergeist. Second card, Collector. Interesting. I can be super more specific in private sessions, because with the private sessions, I get to meditate with my blindfold and get information that way, not just the cards. All right. Come on, Spirit. Whoa, I caught that. Interesting. All right, let's see. We got the possession card, but it's not going to be face value meaning. It kind of just goes along with collector, honestly. It's like the collector is in possession of. But, okay. So, Alicia, are you having paranormal activity in your house? Chrissy, welcome. Let's see. Thank you, Grace. Let's see. And next week I should have a normal video. At first I was going to do a Sam and Colby one. Honestly, okay, side rant, not really a rant. I kind of want to start calling them Sweet Life, for like Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, but it's not Zach and Cody, it's Sam and Colby. But they kind of just remind me of the show Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. So if you hear me refer to the Sweet Life or the Sweet Life of Sam and Colby, that's what I'm referring to. But yeah. Let's see. Very little, Alicia. Okay. Is it that you're feeling like energies and stuff? Because I feel like you have an abundance of like residual energy in your space that can eventually come into or become something more negative, like a thought form. But right now we're kind of in that poltergeist stage. Alicia, you told me I was a psychic medium. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I do so many readings, I don't remember what I've said to people. So you might have to remind me. Welcome, Sarah. So you're probably feeling something's off in your space then, right? Yes, okay. Yeah. I feel like you just got a bunch of residual and it's like collecting and becoming stronger. So I would work on cleansing your space. You might, if that's something that you've been doing and you've been cleansing your space regularly, you might have to change up how you're doing it. Sometimes when you do it a certain way for so long, right? Not saying that there's anything wrong with that. Sometimes you just gotta change things up, especially if the directionality's been the same over and over and over again each time. And what I mean by that is if you're starting and ending in the same rooms, maybe like start in a different room and end in a different room, if that makes sense. And make sure you're cleansing yourself. And if you're doing card readings like I do, make sure you cleanse your cards. I actually never done it before. Okay, yeah, you need to get, if you're energy sensitive, whether you're a psychic or a psychic medium or just an empath, whatever, it's a good idea to have a cleansing routine in your house, always, because you're going to be sensitive to those energies, and energies stick to things. It's like dust. You accumulate it over time until you clean. So that's what I would recommend for you, Alicia. Nature Project. Nothing as psychic medium, dear. All mediums are psychics, but not all psychics are mediums. I'm very well aware. Perhaps getting a solid base of understanding of the basics may be helpful. What the fuck? Yeah, I'm very well aware. Did I say all psychics are mediums? I don't think so. I just said whether or not you are a psychic or a medium or energy sensitive. Then why are you saying she's a psychic medium? First off, I've done readings for some of these guys before, and previously I had stated she was. Don't put words in my mouth. Oh, my nose is itchy. It's fine. Watch my other content, and then you'll see what I've said in the past. But anyway, let's move on. So we were talking about cleansing the space. And Alicia, she said she hasn't done that. So yeah, if you need help, Alicia, with figuring out the directionality and to do your cleansing in your space, you can hit me up. You don't have to pay for anything. Like, you don't have to pay for a session for that. Because I feel like that's a basic, like, need to know kind of thing, and it's very important. And for you, since it's just like residual-y energy, you could probably use your basic Sage and Palo Santo, because it's nothing super nasty. It's just like common energy, if that makes sense. Let's see. Yeah, Sage, Palo Santo. If you don't have any of that, even just regular Palo Santo, copal, frankincense, that stuff would help. Sending you good vibes, fine art medium. Thanks, Joppy. Ugh, my nose is running. Cat goddess, yeah, it's so annoying whenever people want to put words in your mouth. Girl, I feel you on that. Yeah, if you want to know my level of understanding, watch my previous videos. All right, Alicia, yeah, I would just, start a routine. You could probably get away with doing it bi-weekly, because it's not like you're having like super crazy things happen to need to do it once a week. You could probably get it fine bi-weekly, tri-weekly, once a month, whatever you would like to do. So there's that. But that one was pretty simple. Alright, next person is Just Rage. You said anything. Would you like to stick to that? My eyes are burning. Just Rage. Open your ear holes. Card just wanted to fly out. And also, too, just to throw this extra bit in there, Alicia, if you want, having plants in your house is good, because they can also absorb some of the negative energies. All right, so let me scroll back. Let's see, Chrissy, I've been subscribed for quite a while now, and I love you and your content, and it is all accurate. You're my go-to. I believe and have total faith in you. Well, thank you. It's funny, I found you because I was just watching a paranormal investigator playing with tarot cards, so it's exciting I found you. Well, if there's any paranormal investigators watching this live right now, you can use this deck when you investigate. It's got multi-purpose functions. Alright, so just Rach, you said anything. What do I feel drawn to? I'm feeling drawn to these cards, which is, if you want to know, Quantum Human Design. Now this one I don't have memorized yet because it's on the newer end of things, so I will be consulting the book, especially when the cards look like this and you can't really, other than know where the chakra placements are. Yeah, so forgive me for having to consult the book. Thank you, Perry, for reminding everybody. If you haven't already, make sure you like this video. And I do like that the edges are gold and shiny. Hamdala, hamdala, ah! Hamdala, hamdala. Ooh, we almost lost these cards to the dog water. Trying to shuffle slow so I don't yeet them. Thank you. Attunement. So we have the root chakra, and this is number 19, gate 19, attunement. So the first thing I feel with this card is you may need some grounding, maybe even a potential Reiki session. If you can't afford to go to a professional, you can do it yourself with a crystal. I prefer, if I'm going to do it by myself with a crystal, I would either use clear quartz, smoky quartz, or rose quartz, and or obsidian or tourmaline. We got gate 49, the catalyst. How's Ghost doing? He's doing better. He's still got his diarrhea days, but it's better than it was before. So gate 49 is the catalyst. So that one has to be, if I can get to it. All right. Boop, boop, boop. So this one has to do with the ability to sense when it's time to hold to a value that supports your value, the ability to inspire others to make expansive changes that embrace higher principles and a deeper alignment with peace and sustainability, the willingness to align with a higher value. And it's interesting because we also have conservation. It's another root chakra one too. And when I think of conservation, I think of nature conservation. I also think of conserving your energy and only fighting battles that need to be fought, not unnecessary ones, so you can recharge and be ready for times that you'll need to expend that energy. So maybe taking extra time to take care of yourself and to conserve your energy, eat better, exercise, grounding, maybe touch a tree or two with a, going to the beach, something that promotes relaxation and recharging your mind, body, and spirit. Needed that today, especially. I feel you, man. Let's see. Una más. I hope Ghost gets well soon. I rescue animals. I often like animals more than people. Listen, I feel you. why I'd rather have a fur child than a human child. Alright, let's see. Another root chakra card, which is Gate 54, Divine Inspiration. For me, and this is more of a personal, like, experience, but I feel like you can apply it to many other people. But for me, if you're looking for inspiration, the best way to get it is through relaxation, not being stressed, and meditation. Meditation is lit. Cat Goddess, thank you for the reading, by the way. I don't know what's with me today. If I'm just gonna, a case of being a scatterbrain today, or what it's like that, or what it be like that though. Cat Goddess, I think you would benefit from grounding and meditation as well. But back to just Rach. Yeah. Meditation. This is all about conserving your energies and getting yourself out of like a stressed mentality. And also, I feel like you're constantly going. You need a break. So that's what Spirit wanted to tell you. I hope Ghost gets well soon. I already read that. Huh. Just Rage. I'm in nature. It's picking my battles and putting my energy into things that shouldn't affect me. I feel you. Cat Goddess. Same here. Animals are just straight up better. Sorry, not sorry. Yeah. 100%. I said what I said. Alright, so we're going to conclude that one and move on to Denise. Shuffle these back in real quick. Chrissy, can you add me for a reading? Absolutely. What kind of reading would you like, Chrissy? So I know for later. Chrissy, I put. So just finish that one. Denise, you said anything for your reading, right? Are you still okay with that? I'm still drawn to use this deck as well. Shuffle. Calliope, is it Calliope? Calliope, Runes of Magic. Welcome. Sorry if I said your name wrong. What type of readings can you do? So readings we can do in anything kind of dealio. We can do paranormal. We can do like you ask a question. I'm not doing like deceased relatives just because I feel like that's already very saturated. But pretty much anything kind of. I don't like doing love readings, so I will say I won't be doing those kinds. Your life is a hot mess. Okay, Chrissy, I'm sorry. Honestly, with the heat in the United States, I don't know how it is anywhere else in the world, but it is a hot mess here in general. All right, Denise, we're pulling for Denise. La 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 la. Ah! Self-regulation. Itchy. I'm in Georgia and it's hot, and I bet you it's humid as fuck. I get my peaches down in Georgia. Oh, get a card. Narrative. Ooh. So that's number 13. I'm gonna pull one more before I start yapping. You're in Indiana? Wow. Give me one more card, please. And don't let it go across. into the kitchen. Thank you. All right, this one is faith. Self-regulation. This is like knowing, again, it's very similar to the last one, but it's like being able to self-regulate like your energy and learning what to spend your energy on and what not to spend it on. For more information, let me just use this. Yeah, so this one would be to learn to let go, to master self-regulation, to release the need to control others and circumstances, to trust in the divine, and to know that you are supported, knowing that you are worthy of support and you don't have to overcompensate. Very important. And then with gate 13, that's like the heart chakra area, narrative. You get to decide what, like, literally anything. You get to decide how you present yourself, how you want others to view you. Let's see, 13. And then you kind of get to dictate your own life story. And the challenge would be to forgive the past and redefine who you are each and every day, to tell a personal narrative that is empowering, self-loving, and reflects your value and your authentic self, to bear witness to the pain and narrative of others and offer them a better story that allows them to expand on their abundance and blessings. So it's kind of like focusing on the positive and not the negative, and not letting the negative dictate you and what you do and how you act and all that stuff. It's kind of like, you know how you meet certain people that they kind of let negative events dictate their emotions and all that stuff, and they kind of just sit in pity and sit in depression, and they don't ever try to fix anything for themselves. That's saying, don't do that. You get to decide what you want. Karen, welcome. Hi from Australia. It's the middle of winter here. Holy macaroni. All right, Karen, I'll put you down. Just let me know what kind of reading you would like. Let's see. Yeah, and then faith, that kind of also goes in with trusting the divine, and that you're going to be led to the best possible outcome, and just believing in, you know, yourself and the spirit. And then let's see what else. 50. All right, there we go. To learn to trust source, to know that you are fully supported, to master the art of emotional alignment as your most creative power. Kind of just said that. Let's see. I need a reading, or whatever you feel should be. Okay, legal. I already wrote you down, but I'll put you down. Like, I'll write, you said anything. You're on the list already. All right. So that one's that. I'm going to pull one more card for you. If you don't like how your life is right now, change it. You have the power to change it. No one's going to do it for you. So I could have been miserable and depressed while my house was falling apart, but I didn't. I tried to focus on the positive things and let shit work itself out. And it's always good to be in a positive mindset, because when you are, your vibration is higher, and that helps prevent negative things to come in, like negative energies, entities, spirits to come in and latch on and feed off of it. We have expansion, which is gate 56, and that is also to do with the throat chakra. I kind of feel like it goes with everything I already said. But to learn to share stories and inspirations with the right people at the right time, to learn to tell stories of expansion, not depletion and contraction. So yeah, it's like share positivity with other people and not be an energy vampire, and be like that boost of energy for other people instead of depleting them. And not only will that help raise their vibration, but it'll help raise yours. Let's see. Denise, I'm in awe. My daughter hasn't talked to me for almost 3 years, and I'm heartbroken, but I'm getting better with accepting and moving on. Thank you for the reading. You're welcome. Yeah, I mean, if the effort you put in, right, you're trying to change the situation by trying to communicate, but the other person doesn't want that, you got to respect those boundaries. And eventually, maybe they'll come back towards you. But I'm sorry you are going through that. And sometimes you just have to speak your piece. And when they're ready, they will either, if you do it in text, they'll read it or listen. However you communicate that. Next person is Kel. You said paranormal in the workplace. Kays, what up? I'll write you down, Kayslu. Kayslu. I always fuck that up. Just let me know what you would like. Alright. I would like your reading too, and thank you in advance. You're welcome. Is it Calliope? It sounds familiar. Positivity. Alright, Kel, are you still here? Yes, you are. Alright. I feel like I'm getting really old because I used to not have issues reading tiny things, but my vision is going on me. It's going on me. I just hate wearing glasses because it gives me a headache because of the behind the ears thing. Let's see, the Prince Edward Hotel, Wallaroo. Oh, I don't need a... You don't even need to tell me where you're at. Just by communicating with you through here, there's energy cords. Oh. Oh. What's going on? Interesting. Okay, as you said, paranormal. Okay. I'm just writing that down for later. Alright. So when you have really old buildings, especially sorry for that stroke. Oh my god. When you have really old buildings, especially like whether it's like a public building or workplace or whatever, a place that you can't necessarily cleanse because you don't own the space, that energy kind of just sits in there, and it is a good attractor. Kel, do you know if that place has ever been cleansed? Because it's very thick. Like, it's giving very thick energies. And it kind of feels like there are a multitude of things chilling there. So, the first thing that I pulled, this could either be based off of perception, or something that's there, or something that's pretending to be this. But the demon card popped out. like I said, that's not necessarily saying that you have a demon there, but maybe there are certain qualities that this spirit or entity has that's giving demonic entity. Especially if really bad things are happening. Oh, hasn't been cleansed? Yeah. But eventually, when enough negative energy is sitting in a place, not only can you create your own type of thought form that way, that thought form also kind of like grows with that energy, and it can become demonic in nature. The second card that I pulled was Curse. Again, this could be based off of perception of what, like, the overall, what's the word? Like, if a bunch of people feel like the place is cursed, sometimes you'll get cards based off of the perception of the masses, or, you know, the population around it. But curse, it could also be that negative things happened in there, whether that was like a curse or some kind of thing that tarnished that area. Homing beacon, I feel like some of the workers or people that are around that area, but in addition to the energy that's sitting there, is a great homing beacon for negative things, because law of attraction, negative energy attracts more negative energy. And when you have old yucky places, these are very common. You can get spider entities, especially if that place, because it's old, a lot of energy's there, there's a lot of energy to feed off of, and they like dark or damp places. If it's old from 18, would you say 64 or something like that, it kind of feels, I don't know, it's giving a moist feeling. Moist. But like living spiders on Earth that like cold or cool, damp, dark places, the ones in spirit or on the astral realm like similar habitats. And we also have the negative energy. That's literally what this place looks like on the inside, energetically. Interestingly, we got the extraterrestrial entity card. If you think about it, starseeds could be considered aliens because they're from another star system or universe. Some entities in general can be considered alien-like, but it's attracting negative things of all types of like varieties of like spirit or like stuff like that. Does that make sense? So you're gonna get a bunch of different things there because they're attracted to that energy. Let's see what else. I'm seeing threads. I'm seeing like spider webs, so that kind of does go with the spider card. Sorry, I'm picking up things like not just with the cards. Is it raining? Shit. Okay. Hold on. Very dusty, but that's because it's old. It kind of can be inferred in a way. Okay, energy grids there are very worn down, which can create portal type areas. I'm seeing like a void in the energy grid, and is there like a kitchen area or something like that in that space? Kel, is there like a... Yes, there is. That's where one of the biggest voids are. It's like between, if there's a table and then the wall. Is there a table in there? And then like a fridge? It's like in that spot. Dining for 90 and kitchen, obviously. Because I'm seeing main, bench, table, and fridge. That's where that the biggest void is in the energy grid. That is like coming in so clear too. It's weird, like I can smell the fabric of like, I don't know if you have curtains or, I can just, it just feels, and I can, it's weird. Okay, stand between the 3 and the back door is there, but it's a little like standalone space. Okay. Well, nonetheless, there is an energy void or portal in that area, and that's where like most of the stuff goes in. But I feel like you also have earthies come in and out, but you get everything. You get not just earthies, you get spider entity things, you get non-human things, you get a bunch of things in there. Sorry for the beeping in the background. Between table, fridge, bench type thing. I got you. Yeah, that place would need a physical cleaning. So what I mean by that is like dusting and like Lysol, but then also an energy cleansing with like incense and stuff, and you would have to do it quite a few times. Wallaroo also has tunnels under the whole town. Yeah. It doesn't surprise me. And that's, you get a lot of human spirits. Oh. That would make sense with the spider entities too, because they love their tunnels. They love underground things. Like the Underground Railroad. You got these motherfuckers. But also you have the earthies too. And if there were any like bad things, which Underground Railroad, of course, bad things happened, so you have a lot of stuff. But yeah, that's what it reminds me of. Could we touch base for you to do a cleansing, possibly a few? Yeah, I mean, I can instruct you on what to do and how to do it. If you lived nearby, I could just show up and help you. But I don't think you don't live very close. You're welcome. All right, next person is Linda. Linda, listen, Linda. Do you all get paranormal investigations there? Yeah, that's a good question, because that would be a good place to do it. Boink. Alright. Kill is done. Next is Linda. She said anything. Linda, you still there? Alright, and you said anything. It's raining, ain't it? Even though the radar said it wasn't. Them lying bitches. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna pull from this deck again. Ghosty, you're all wet. You're wet. Sorry you can't see him. Spirit decided. I feel like there's another deck I should have, but I don't. And it's missing. What the fuck? Alright, we'll pull a few from here and see what they say. Whoa. You probably didn't hear it, but Ghost just farted. Jesus. You were just out. I lock up usually solo 4 nights a week, Thursday through Sunday. So I feel I'm happy to tell, keep working, and others I turn the lights back on. Dog farts are the worst. They're the stankiest. There we go. Here's a card. Convergence. All right. I smell it. Ghost. What the heck, man? We have gate 50, which is nurturing. He is silent but deadly, but it wasn't that silent because I did hear it. It sounded like you did not see that. You lost it. It's on the ground. Instinct. Hold on. These chairs are too tall for me. I'm too short. Alright. So, let's go through the first one. So, gate 9, that's kind of like, that's like your solar plexus and your sacral area. Usually when I think of convergence, I think of your solar plexus. A lot of energy can be converted and done through there. Let's see. Numero 9. There we go. This energy is about learning where to place your focus. When we work with the energy of this gate, we have to learn to see the trees and the forest. This gate can make us seem blind to the big picture, and we can lose our focus by getting stuck going down a rabbit hole. Oh, so it's like unnarrow your focus. So it's the ability to see the big picture and be able to prioritize where to focus your energy. Gate 50, nurturing. And that one is to transcend guilt and unhealthy obligation and do what you need to do to take care of yourself in order to better serve others, to hold to rigid principles, to judge others. Interesting. And then we have 57, which is instinct. So that one would be to learn to trust your own insights and gut, to learn to tell the difference between an instinctive response versus a fear of the future, to master your connection to your sense of right timing. And I'll be honest, that's one of the hardest things to do. And the best way to get better at that is practice. And that's why I say to document everything when you do certain things. So meditation or automatic writing or drawing. It's like when you're doing those things, remember how you felt when you got certain bits of information. And it's kind of like muscle memory, if that makes sense. So you remember what it feels like. Sorry, I'm scrolling back up. Kel, Ghost is giving entities of his own. Oh yeah. That's funny. V8 Queen, welcome. Shauser, welcome. Alright, so let me pull some more. Ghost is letting out goosers. And guys, if you are new in the chat, if you would like a reading, please let me know. I'll write you down on the list. Whoa, 817. So that would be anticipation. Interesting, it's around the third eye area too. Let's see, 17. That was 18. All right. To learn to share your thoughts about possibilities only when people ask for them, to not let doubt and suspicion keep you from seeing the potential of positive outcomes. Yeah, and that's one thing too, as humans, it's a natural like defense mechanism to try to plan ahead and plan for the worst. That way, you know, we experience less of a blow. I am guilty of that. Like, I'm always thinking like 20 steps ahead of like bad things that could potentially happen, so I don't become a victim. But at the same time, that kind of gives you unwanted stress and anxiety, and you're kind of wasting energy at that point. But if you're someone that has had or grown up, I'm not saying I grew up in a toxic household, but if you've ever been a victim of abuse or any type of trauma, right? Like, we learn to do this. I've been working in my flower gardens and loving it. I'm always collecting rocks. When I walk, I'm really drawn to them. That's great. That's a really good way of grounding yourself and meditating at the same time. So keep doing that. I do the same shit. I don't work in a garden, but I be collecting rocks everywhere I go. Let's see. I think I want to pull one card. I'm going to pull one card from this deck. One more card, and then I'll move on to the next person. Let me just pull. Let me pull from here. Guys, don't forget to like and sub if you're new. One card, please, Spirit. Please. Is that one card? Yes, it is. Patience. Patience is a virtue. Sometimes good things come when you wait. And I feel like this will be true for you. If there's something you're waiting for, I would just stay positive, and I think it'll come your way. But also, when you're impatient, again, that's kind of like wasting energy at the same time, because you're probably thinking of, I would say, more negative things that could potentially happen if you don't get that certain thing right away, which isn't necessarily true. It's just you're impatient. So that's why it's important to practice the patience. I'm a very impatient person, so I gets it. All right, Ramona, welcome. Let's see. You're welcome, Linda. Next person is illegal boosting. You said anything. Would you like to stick to that? Let's see, what other decks do I have? Ooh, we can use the new deck. I'll use this new deck. I literally got it yesterday, so I don't have the cards memorized. So I will need the guidebook for sure. Look how pretty these are. Got the shiny on the top, and then, like, hold on, we got the shiny background, but like each card is different. The shinies are in a different spot. I think they're cool. Thank you, Icy, for pointing that out because I missed it. Ramona, I'll write you down. Okay. Just let me know what kind you would like. Alright, so illegal boosting. Yes, you're here. Cool. This deck is kind of on the smaller end. I haven't shuffled it yet, so they're still in order. So let me shuffle a bunch of times. So we can get them out of order. This one was only like 22 bucks, I think. And I think it's partially because there aren't that many cards in it. But it comes with a book with like some backstory. And then it has the guidebook and then of course the cards. Alright. Let's see. What is the best deck to start with? I feel like most people start with the Wait and Write tarot deck. This is the best one for beginners because the meanings are written on the cards. I have this deck because I like for you guys to be able to read what's on the card too when I do these lives. But if you don't feel comfortable using tarot right away, because it is a little hard, you can do an oracle deck. I like oracle, they're really easy. Alright, let me see what pops out here. I wish the sides were shiny too. They're just matte, but it's fine. Stacy would like a reading too. Alright, thank you, Icy. Alright, we got a lot of people today. This would be my first reading. Any suggestion on the type? If there's any questions you want asked. Sometimes no questions is the best. I don't know. I'm terrible. I'm the worst person to ask. Because I'm too like, whatever happens, happens kind of person. That didn't fall. I think because there's so little cards in this deck, it's hard to pop one out. Come on, one at a time. Make a meme out of this, probably. But nope. These cards are big too. Is that my car going off? I see dead people. My question is, will I see the success I want? Oh, you went to Wawa. Would you walk there? Your pants are soaked. Oh. I can't get a car to pop out. My arms are tired. Alright, illegal boosting. I feel like I think for your question, it's all about perspective. Because I feel like there's a few things that you'll get to see, but you won't recognize it as success because you're going to be too focused on something else, if that makes sense. Thank God one popped out. The amazing slaw. Shiny. How are these, these are in alphabetical order. Okay. There we go. Okay, I kind of said that. It says, prepare yourself and keep a watchful eye in all your dealings. This card reminds you to remain cautious and prepare for your future security. You never know what unexpected event might drop out of the sky to shock you. Alternatively, if you've been going through a rough situation recently, drawing this card signals that help might arrive in the near future from an unexpected source. That's interesting. So I kind of feel like that answers your question. I'm going to pull from other deck too. Let me just put this back so I don't lose anything. Alright, putting that back. I'm going to pull from this deck. Just close your eyes and pull it out. Cat Goddess, right mood though. It's like I'm either, whatever happens, happens. So much in my head, it's like I have to plan out everything. I mean, everything. I feel you, man. Alright, so back to illegal boosting. We have the excitement card. So I kind of feel like that just validates that what you're trying to succeed on, it will. You did have something recently that shocked you. Woohoo! Enthusiasm. More positive cards. Let's see. These back in. So far, so good. Boop boop. I'm gonna pull from this deck too. I might pull a few. Oh my god. Okay. That was too many. One more, please. Thank you. Yep. So the first one is Five of Swords. This is kind of like you waiting. This one is Four of Pentacles. This is kind of like admiring your bounty. And then the Star, again. It's like planting seeds, watering them and watching them grow. So I'm going to say that everything is pointing to a yes. So I know this was a quick reading for you, but I mean, you got your answer pretty fast. I'm going to move on to the next person. Grace, you're up. What was your question? Or Grace, you still here? Sorry about Ghost barking in the background. Or he's talking, I should say. He's not really barking. Grace, are you here? I found a new favorite snack. These are so addictive. All right, she said anything. Okay. Let me contemplate which deck. He's sassy today. All right. They're so good. What are you doing? He is crazy. It's raining and it's like, I can't take him downstairs because that's all fucked up. raining. Why don't you put some of those in his ball? Keep him busy for a while. Alright, let's see. See, Grace, what do we got going? This one is distribution. It's like knowing where to put your energy again. Your focus, your energy, wisdom. Yep. Ba-dunk, ba-dunk, ba-dunk. Oh, we caught it. Collaboration. Alright. Hi. What is losing my mind? Where did I put the book? Oh, I'm dumb. Alright, so gate 45, distribution, throat chakra area. Yeah, it also kind of feels like communication. It's kind of like picking your battles, conserving energy again, picking your battles, saving your energy until it's needed. Let's see, gate 45. Ooh, I just had it. Come back. Okay, so this one is also to share and use your resources for the greater good of the whole, to learn to manage resources judiciously so that they benefit the most amount of people, to teach as a pathway of sharing. So it's like using your words to help other people. And then wisdom, that also kind of fits with that too, if you think about it. To allow yourself to trust that you'll know what you need to know when you need to know it, to not let the fear of not knowing stop you from creating, to not let not knowing hold you back. So if you're worried that you're going to say the wrong thing, you're not going to know what to say, just trust that when it's time, it'll kind of just flow naturally. Let's see. Gate 7, that's like the heart chakra area, collaboration. And that could just be like working with other people to get or to meet others' needs, to work with other people, to help like teach, to spread wisdom and knowledge. Let's see what else. To master the need to be in front and allow yourself to serve through building teams, collaborating and influencing the figurehead of leadership, to be at peace with serving the leader through support and collaboration, to recognize that the voice of the leader is only as strong and powerful as the support he or she receives. I'm gonna pull one more. All right, gate 28, adventure and challenge. Sometimes you need adventures and challenges to change your perspective. And when you do that, like doing those things, it's like you're learning also new things. Maybe you're learning something that you used to be uncomfortable with, but now that you're learning it, you're more comfortable and able to provide a new perspective or a new like skill. Let's see, 28 is also okay, to not let struggle and challenge leave you feeling defeated and despairing, to learn to face life as an adventure. Do not let challenge and struggle cause you to feel as if you failed. Sometimes that's the only way we learn. All right. This puts a lot into perspective. Absolutely. Spirit's saying draw one more card. That was like 5. All right. Come on, Spirit. One more card, please. This one is curiosity. That has to do with the crown chakra. I kind of feel like, though, this also goes with the adventure and challenge. But curiosity, for me, it's kind of like ask the why questions. Because I feel like no matter the answer, you're still going to learn something new. And it can provide more to a perspective or multiple perspectives. When you're curious, I don't know. Those that are curious, I don't want to say tend to be smarter, but they tend to strive for more and more knowledge and just aren't happy with one answer. Like, they like to continue searching for more information, more knowledge, infinite knowledge. I feel like as humans, we have the capability of absorbing as much knowledge as we are willing to go for. But let's see, 63, where are you? Where are you? To not let self-doubt and suspicion cause you to stop being curious, not letting fear get in the way. But I'm going to end that reading and go on to Joppy. Hopefully that answered some kind of question for you, Grace. Welcome, Charcoal Dove. Let's see. Joppy, did you decide which kind of reading you would like? I'm feeling drawn to use the same deck. This one. I'm just shuffling this ahead of time. Let's go with whatever you feel drawn to. Okay, yeah, I'm feeling drawn to this deck. Ooh, almost fell. It's almost 9 o'clock. So far, no side effects from the meds. Yeah. Ooh, wait, nope, too many. Alright, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more people after Joppy. 51 is initiation. Whoa, hello. 41 is imagination, which is around the root chakra area. Use your imagination. There we go. Oh, nope, that's too many. Come on, 1 at a time, not 6. Not 6. Sorry guys, it's taking a little bit. Charcoal Dove, I'm gonna change it to Dark Dove because I was Black Dove, but then people were like, you're white, what the fuck? I don't think all doves are white. Morning doves aren't white, right? I wouldn't let anyone tell you what to do. Do what you feel is right. All right. So, Joppy. Okay, we also got gate 20, which is patience, also in the throat area, throat chakra. So initiation, if there's something that needs to be done that you want to do and you're just thinking and you're teetering and tottering back and forth, should I do this thing? Should I not do this thing? I would do the thing. The only way you're going to know whether it's good or bad is if you do the thing, and if you fail, whatever it is, at least that's a learning lesson for you, and you learn something new, and you can pivot. Let's see. Also, 51. So the challenge is to not let the unexpected cause you to lose your faith. To not let a pattern of unexpected events cause you to lose your connection with your purpose and source. To learn to use the power of your own story of initiation to initiate others into fulfilling their right place in the cosmic plan. That also goes for yourself. So maybe you can kind of be like that motivation for other people. Maybe there's somebody that's thinking about, I don't know, getting a gym membership or a pool membership, and they're telling you about it. Maybe give them some positive, advice. That could be very helpful. 41 is imagination. That can also do, because it is root chakra, it could be grounding, meditation. And I feel like when you are stress-free, well, that's powerful for you right now. Awesome. Pivot. When you're calm, cool, collected, stress-free, it allows you to think better and think more thoroughly. And I don't know, you just kind of have like a better perspective than in an energy where you're anxious and stressed out. But you can always meditate, or just, you don't have to meditate. Do a hobby you like that helps bring you peace. And doing that thing can bring you more creativity. And then with gate 20, with patience, I mean, I feel like that's kind of self-explanatory, because patience is always beneficial no matter what. Especially because it kind of, again, it puts you more in a calmer state than in a go, 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 like, state, which can make you mess up things and you're not as careful. But also to be patient and master the ability to wait, to be prepared and watchful, but resist the urge to act if the timing isn't right, or if there are details that still need to be readied. So until you have that full picture, don't act. Don't just assume, and just wait. I'm going to pull some more for you. I keep seeing something out of the corner of my eye, like a bug. All right, we have purpose, which is gate 1, which is around the heart chakra. I'm gonna pull another. I feel like a lot of people feel like they have to find the meaning of life or their purpose. But sometimes, as human beings, we don't just have one main purpose. We have so many. And it can't just be pinpointed to one thing. So some people think, oh, my main purpose should be my career. And that could really psych them out, because in being solely focused on that one thing, you're missing out on other opportunities. Because like I said, as humans, we have multiple purposes. Come on, thank you. But let me just read from the book too, to give another perspective. To discover a personal, meaningful, and world-changing narrative that aligns with a sense of purpose and mission, I am ... To learn to love yourself enough to honor the idea that your life is the canvas and you are the artist. What you create with your life is the contribution you give the world. Exactly. So sure, it could be your career, but it could also be having a family. It could also be if you're an animal rescuer. It could be, I don't know, being a grandparent. It could be all of those things. It's not just one thing. Exactly. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Thank you, Dark Dove. Exactly. And then 57, which is instinct. That one is, again, to learn to trust your own insights and gut, to learn to tell the difference between an instinct response versus a fear of the future response, to master your connection to your sense of right timing. Yeah, I mean, again, muscle memory, practice takes perfect, or practice makes perfect. And a lot of times we have a defense mechanism of instinct, especially if we're in like immense danger. We just automatically move, and it's like the right way, because that's, humans are animals too. We just have natural instincts. You said some things that really spoke to me. Thank you so much. So much has happened. Well, I'm glad I could be helpful. I'm gonna pull one more card. I know I keep saying that, but I feel drawn to pull one more card from this deck. This other deck here. Let me just shuffle it real quick. Come on. Alright. Nope, that was like 3. There we go. Alright, devotion. Interesting. Number 7. Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel like the devotion is very similar to purpose. It's like putting your energy to positive things and devote your time wisely. But I am going to conclude that one and move on to Anita. Anita, are you still there? Boop-a-doop-boop. Put these back in the deck. You are welcome, Joppy G. Throw these back in. Great, so now we're waiting for Anita. Anita, I don't know what kind of reading you wanted either. While I wait a few moments, I'm going to eat more of these. How's everybody doing? But wait, there's more. You're right, I see dead people. Orbs? No, I have a vase full of dead flowers because I like the aesthetic. And there's like a spider web holding like a leaf. Oh, this is what I'm eating. It's so addicting. They had it at my CVS. Sleepy, it's almost 3 a.m. here. Oh no. Alright. Anita didn't answer, so I'm gonna have to go to the next person. I know there could be a lag too in the chat. But if Anita doesn't answer, Chrissy is up. Chrissy, are you there? I almost missed my mouth. Oh no, we're almost out. No. Alright, Chrissy, what was your, what kind of question did you want? Okay, it's emptied. What question did you have? Almost out of my OJ. Anything? Okay. That was good OJ. Alright. Battery's at 50%. We should be able to make it with the remaining. Who's next? So after Chrissy, it's Karen, and then Kay's, and then Calliope. Ooh, surrender. Three. Let's start. Gate 22, surrender. So that has to do with like trying not to control every aspect of your life. And kind of like going with the flow. Chastity's favorite saying, ride the wave. Welcome, Emerson. And just like having faith that things are going to work out the way they're supposed to. So that would be this one. Stacy, what number are you? You're last. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then gate 53 is starting, which is root chakra base. That also kind of feels like initiating. It's like stop doing the thinking. You're trying to do the planning and planning everything out, but sometimes it's just best to do the action and kind of go from there instead of wasting all that time and trying to make the perfect plan. Because sometimes there just isn't a perfect plan. You kind of just gotta go. You just gotta do it, you know? It's kind of like when people want to start a YouTube channel. They try to plan all this shit out. They have to have like, I don't know, they want to plan out like 50 videos in advance. And then before they know it, 6 months have gone by and they still haven't posted a video when they could have already been like 10 videos deep. So it's kind of like action. Do your action. And then preparation, which is funny because I just said stop wasting all that time preparing. But I still feel like that's true. It's okay to be somewhat prepared, but don't put all of your time in preparing. But let me read this as well. Gate 53. You just have to find a balance. All right. So to respond in alignment with your energy blueprint to opportunities to get things started, to initiate the process of preparing or setting the stage for the manifestation of a dream before it becomes a reality, to learn to trust in the timing of the universe and not take charge and try to implement your own ideas while working against divine timing, to not burn out trying to complete things, to find peace as a starter, not a finisher. And the preparation pretty much kind of goes with that as well, like I was saying. So we are on gate 62. And then that is to trust that you'll be prepared for the next step, to not let worry and over preparation distract you from being present to the moment, to let the fear of not being ready keep you trapped. So I literally just said that. Hee hee. All right, next card. Honestly, that resonates more than you know right now, and it helps so much. That's good. Yay. That's what we'd like to hear. What's this one? The Visionary. another root chakra one. Again, it falls in line with the last two things I said. And the visionary is kind of like before the preparation. It's kind of like imagining or visualizing whatever you're trying to accomplish, right? And then it would be the preparation. But again, don't get stuck in your head like imagining all the positive outcomes, right? Because technically, that looked like a ant. Sorry. Don't let all that, like, it distracted me. Now I lost my train of thought. Don't let the visions of what you want distract you from starting. What up, Emerson? So pull again. Oh, that was easy. Power. Power's coming from like the solar plexus area. It's like sitting in power, literally. Sit in your power and just encompass it. But also, to learn to measure energy in order to stay occupied and busy, but not to burn yourself out trying to force the timing or the rightness of a project, to wait to know which project or creation to implement based on when you get something to respond to. Exactly. And that all goes together. I'm trying not to sneeze. I'm gonna pull from one more deck. I'm gonna pull one more card from this one. Just do a little shuffle. Yeah. Whatever. It's fine. This deck is slippery. Come on, Spirit. Nope. That was 3 too many. Again, 3 too many. Okay, this card wants to flop out. Choice. If there's a choice that you're trying to decide to make, sometimes when you overthink, it kind of, I don't know, not only does it prevent you from getting shit done, but also, like, I don't know, just sticking, like, being stuck in your head. But also knowing, you're making choices based off of the information you know now. So if it doesn't go your way, don't get upset with yourself, right? Because you made the choice based off of the information you knew. You didn't know what was going to happen because you didn't have that information. So whichever choice you go with, no matter how it ends, just know that you did the best that you could based off the information you knew. But also don't get stuck in your head. Sometimes you just gotta rip that band-aid off and just, if you can't make that choice, just pick one. Fucking flip a coin. I know I said one more card, but Spirit's saying, keep going. Okay, is this the last one, Spirit? Last card, one card, please. Okay, cool. Hold on. Put that one back around. Friendship. If you're somebody that is a hermit like me and that doesn't go out too much, and hang out with friends or make new friends. Spirit is saying, hey, isolation time is over. It's time to get out there, make some friends, get the mingling, and find a support system. But also when you find like-minded people and you do like-minded things, it also raises your vibration. Humans are social creatures by nature, and it's healthy to be out there and not staying isolated all the time. All of it. But apparently I just needed someone to tell me to get out of my head. Yeah, I'm a hermit. Yeah. Me too, girl. But I'm gonna conclude this reading and move on to Karen. Gotta scroll back up and see what everybody's set up here. Let's see. It's time for me to give medications to my rescues. I do this privately and injured and seek fur babies. And for me, all my life, thank you, Emily. So great meeting everyone. Thank you for stopping by, Joppy. Chrissy, it kills me how dead on you always are. That's why I love you. Oh, I'm glad I could be helpful. Let's see. I hate getting stuck in my head. I know the feeling. Me too. Let's see. Hello, motocross girl. It's what you think it is. LOL. Welcome. That's a new name I don't recognize, so welcome in. I didn't used to be, and I love being outside. Sometimes we just get stuck in patterns, you know? I'm guilty. I like being a hermit, though. Chrissy, thank you. I do feel the positivity that I really needed tonight. Thanks, Em. I'm a fan for life. Have a good night, and thank you again, girl. You're welcome, and thank you for stopping by. I'm glad I could be helpful. Karen, you there? Okay, good. She is there. What was your question? After Karen, it'll be Kays, Lou, and Calliope. Those are the next ones after Karen. Hermit mode is life. If you're new here, guys, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. All right, waiting for Karen to give me her question or whatever she wants. I know the chat is laggy, so I'll give her some time. I want some more apples. I ran out. You know what I had for dinner today? And this is really bad. I sound like a child. I had brown sugar Pop-Tarts. I had a late lunch, so I wasn't that hungry. And for those who are new in the chat, just an update on the Oracle card deck. Right now it is in print. I was able to get the rest of the money. It was hard, but they are in print, and I'm hoping to get an update soon from the printer to see like what the time will be to have them in my hands to start sending out the pre-orders. Dark Dove, I'm a hermit except my dog forces me to walk him. Me too. Ghost is guilty of that. You want to see him right now? I fuck up the live, but hold on. Look. He's passed out, yo. Yeah, he's half husky. He's half husky and half German Shepherd. I haven't had Pop-Tarts in so long. I've been pretty much set on ramen because ramen is life. I miss ramen. I hate that I'm allergic to the preservatives in ramen. There's only one noodle I can have, which is in the foam cup, and it's the sweet chili one, I think. I forget what the brand is. It's the only one that I can digest and not get sick as fuck. Alright, I was waiting for Karen to give me her question. Did I miss it? Karen, if you don't give me a question, I'm gonna start pulling cards and Spirit's gonna force it on you. Don't make me do it. I'm doing it. Karen, hurry up before my hot flashes set in. Before the side effects come in from my medicine. I want to get this going. Karen. Uh-oh. Spirit said we're picking cards. Sorry, oops. I'd love to know if my son will recover completely. Ooh, interesting how we just got the Catalyst card. It kind of just went to mental health. And it's a catalyst based off of his mental health. Oh no, he broke his neck. I am so sorry to hear that. Well, Spirit is telling me that his mental health is a huge concern with that as well. And can dictate, at least somewhat, not all of it, but the progression speed. He's a hospital for 3 months. It's a mental halo. Yeah, it's a meadow halo. Oof. That's gonna take a lot of time. I feel like there's some expectations that might be unrealistic. I don't think he'll ever be 100% back to normal. I think he's gonna have some life things as well. Like, sometimes when people mess up their back, for example, yeah, they might have healed, right? But they might have like scar tissue or like, I don't know, certain movements that they can't do. So I feel like that's going to be similar. It's like he'll be able to function for the most part, but I feel like there's just going to be days that aren't going to be perfect. Like, they're not going to be great. But it's also dependent on his mental health and following doctor's orders, and also nutrition. Make sure that he's getting the proper vitamins and nutrients that he needs to help heal faster, and do things that won't make it worse. So like alcohol consumption and stuff like that. We also got sustainability, which is gate 59. Don't worry, I'll pull from another deck as well, since I kind of just started. But let's see. To trust in sufficiency and to know that when you create abundance, there is great fulfillment in sharing, to craft partnerships and relationships that sustain you and the foundation of your lives. So it's kind of like having a support system for them, which I'm sure you're a great support system, but letting them know that you're there and that that person is supported and has the resources that he needs to get better, because you don't want him worrying about that. Let me pull from this other deck here. I think the biggest battle for them, though, is going to be mental health. Especially when you have an injury like that, that really fucks up your life. When I was in the hospital for the 2 days, like 2 weeks ago, being there in the hospital bed for, even though it wasn't that long, drove me fucking bonkers. So I can't imagine being there for months. That would drive me absolutely insane. It's uncomfortable. You don't get much peace. Having all that stuff around you can cause a lot of anxiety, and then the unknowing of how things are gonna go. I think right now he needs the reassurance and support that everything's gonna be okay, but also be realistic. Maybe the realistic part, keep to yourself because you don't want to give him anxiety, but like just know that, yeah, he might get better, but he's still gonna have those aches and pains. It's gonna be difficult for a while. And I don't feel that he's gonna ever be 100%, but he'll be better. I would say majorly, at least 80%. Okay. He's having really bad nightmares about the accident. Yeah, he's got PTSD. Good, he's seeing a psychologist. That's good that he has that. Oh my gosh. This deck wasn't so thick. This deck is dummy thick. Come on, Spirit. That gnarly song is stuck in my head. 'Cause I'm the shit. Come on, Spirit. Help a girl out. Thank you. Intuition is what popped out. I feel like trust in what you feel. Go with the flow. Control. That kind of feels too like you can only control so much, and kind of going with the flow again. Don't try to control every aspect of your life. If something happens, again, adapt. Pivot. Every doctor says it's a miracle he survived or wasn't a quadriplegic. Did someone play a part in him not being killed? My dad who passed? I would say that it was not in his time to go. I feel like that wasn't within his soul lesson plan. So you can contribute that to the universe or whomever you believe in. But I feel like it was more about his soul lesson plan and him not getting everything completed yet. So he's got some things that he has to do before he goes. So that could be partially why. And then we have discrimination. That's kind of more like judging a book by its cover and kind of like judging an event before having all the facts. So you could be, obviously you're worried as fuck, because I would be as a parent, but don't let your fears dictate anything. Don't let your fears consume you or, I don't know, define the narrative. Just because something looks really bad right now doesn't mean it's gonna end that way. So I would say, like I said earlier, I think he will get better. It's just expectation versus reality. I don't think he'll ever be 100%, but he'll still be able to function. I hope that answered your question. Just Rach, sorry if I missed anything at the end there. My phone died. Oh no, it's okay. I totally understand the being dictated by fears. I can't see how I will ever get over the fear. It's normal. It's a defense mechanism. I would say don't chew yourself up over it. It's a natural defense mechanism. It's just when things happen, you just gotta adapt and be positive. Next person is Kays. You still here? Kays, low. Kays, is it Lou or low? I always ask the same question, and because I have shitty memory, I never remember. I'm here. My question is, are there any negative spirits around or within? Okay, Roger. Welcome, Christian Enrique. I think I'm gonna cap off and make Stacy last, just because I'm starting to have to go to the bathroom. And it's also 9:19. I gotta do a better shuffly job. Thank you so very much. You have helped me so much. Awesome. I'm glad I could help you out. And next week, I'll resume back to my video schedule. I will probably do Ghost Club Paranormal, because I don't think I've ever reacted to them yet. On my channel, at least. OMG. There we go. Again, too many. OMG. Let's see. M and chat, I gotta head out. If you haven't already, please sub and turn on the notification. Thank you, I see dead people. Cat Goddess, I mean, I kind of feel you on the whole memory, trying to remember important parts of some dreams I've had. OMG. You know what I'm craving right now? An ice cream sundae without the cherry, because I fucking hate cherries. Those kinds of cherries, at least. With chocolate and melted fudge, ice cream. That sounds really good. There we go. Nope, just kidding. There's too many. Until I get this third card. Jeez Louise. There we go. Thank you. Alright. We've got Guardian Entity, Bug Entity, Light Worker, and then you. Alright, Okay, KS, Lou. Yeah, you definitely have that light worker energy vibe to you. I do feel like, though, with this guardian entity and bug entity. So this card has multiple meanings, but paired with this card, it kind of feels like you picked up a parasitic, like, bug type entity. So if you're feeling super tired all of a sudden, and or that's something you've been dealing with, it's like sucking your energy, and partially the reason is because you are a light worker, so it likes that energy. Nice oracle set. Thank you, Christian. I made them. Wahaha. But it feels like it's leeching your energy. What type of bug is it? Now I gotta, like, close my eyes for that. Give me 1 second. I'll let you know. Sorry, guys. I gotta go in blindfold mode to see what we're looking at here. I don't know why, but I just heard aphid is a type of bug. Aphid. I think those are the the teeny weeny bitty bugs that ladybugs feed off of. Yep. Kazloo. Look up aphid. I think it's spelled A-P-H-I-D. That's what it looks like. How many cards are in the deck? I have 96 cards in this deck. Yeah. It looks like an aphid. I think that's what it's called. A lot of the time, I feel like when I see attachments, if it's not an earthbound spirit, it's some kind of fucking bug entity, parasitic thing that feeds off energy. I don't know. They feel like one of the most common. There was something else I was gonna do. Oh, I wanted to look at chakras for you too, which I can use this deck for as well. I wouldn't be surprised if you have a block in your solar plexus as well. So if you're having any kind of, like, gastrointestinal issues as well, that would be why you have a situation going on in your solar plexus. And that could also be a point in which it's attached. I should have grabbed my spectrum cards, the colors. Of course, that is the one that did pop out. So yeah, solar plexus area, conclusion. Hey, that kind of goes with what I'm saying. Yeah. I'll also read from the book too, but it's interesting how that card is called conclusion, and I just made a conclusion. But okay, 42. Okay, to learn to bring things to completion, to allow yourself to be led to where you need to be to finish things, to value your ability to know how to finish and learn to give up your need to try to start everything, to finish things in order to create space for something new. That's just like an overgeneral meaning with this card, but I feel like the entities thing is attached to your solar plexus, and yeah. I don't know if Kay's Lou is looking up type of bug. But anyway, with the solar plexus too, I feel like it goes with needing to control every aspect of your life as well. Power, the way in which you view yourself, If you have any insecurities, it's all in that area. Miss Q, hey, your hair looks beautiful. Thank you. So hopefully he's still there. Let's see. I'm gonna pull. Ooh, I have my conjure cards too. I'm gonna pull from that deck. I don't think I've used that yet. Is there any deity that has been with me throughout my life or anything like that because of the Guardian card? So the Guardian card, I mean, you always have your spirit guides with you. You just need to learn how to connect with them. And yourself, you are your own guardian. I also so this card, in terms of what I pulled, isn't necessarily something you can have to take at face value. So when they're paired together, it kind of just gives me more insight on the type of entity. So just because I say it's a guardian entity, it can be a good or a bad thing. But in your case, like, when I made this card and designed it, if you've ever watched Avatar: The Last Airbender, do you remember when they had that episode where they're in the forest that had burned down, and then there was like this spirit that was attacking the villagers? It was a good spirit that turned bad because its home was destroyed and it was sad. Well, that's the same thing with certain like spirits, nature spirits. Some of them can be sway good or bad or be neutral, and that's kind of how this entity is. And so it needed a source of food because maybe its normal source or whatever, it got to a lower vibration to need a different type of source of energy to feed from, and that's where it went to you because you were a good source of energy. So that's in this card reading specifically what this means. But in general, you do have your own spirit guides. You just have to learn how to connect with them, and the best way to do that is through meditation. So the aphid is a negative guardian. It's just at the time and moment, it's more on a negative vibration. It's acting on a negative vibration. So maybe it once was a guardian in the woods or forest, but now its vibration is lower, and so it doesn't do the same job that it did and is feeding off of you. Does that make sense? So don't look at it as a guardian. It's interesting. Collector popped out, but I wasn't shuffling to pull. But yeah, I mean, I would just, if you were looking to connect with your spirit guides, I would just work on meditation and work on trying to connect to them. It's you in all of the aspect, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Yeah, you can look at it that way. I would also be weary with this card. So the collector, so there's an entity that can be considered a collector. Usually it collects like earthbound spirits, feeds off of that, or other spirits. But I'm seeing this in the you, in which if you don't cleanse yourself regularly, take care of your mental health, physical health, spiritual health, you can in a way become a collector. Not that you're doing it consciously where you're like, I'm gonna collect all these spirits and entities and make them mine. It's kind of like, no, all these different negative things can be attracted to your energy and feed off of you. So it's kind of like you're collecting entities or spirits or attachments or whatever, things that feed off of your energy if you don't pay attention. I'm not saying that's you right now, but it's kind of more of a warning of, hey, make sure you do your spiritual cleansings of yourself and spiritual, like, look at your spiritual health and make sure you're doing what you need to be doing. Make sure you're growing for the better and not going backwards. Makes sense, because I feel the need to meditate on apathy and block my heart chakra to protect myself. I don't recommend blocking any chakra. That's how you get chakra blocks. And then when you get chakra blocks, you're creating a hole in your armor. You want your chakras to be smooth and running. You don't want any blocks. I think you need to ask yourself, what are you trying to protect yourself from? Why? And if it's a problem, maybe you, instead of putting blocks on your heart chakra, you need to set up boundaries, healthy boundaries for yourself. Good to know the difference between feeling and consenting. Yeah. So I feel like Kay's, instead of trying to learn apathy and blocking certain chakras to protect yourself, I think it's just best to learn and understand boundaries, healthy boundaries, because you don't want to put blocks on any of your chakras. Because when you block one chakra, that affects the rest of the chakras. And again, that kind of puts a hole in your protective armor. So hopefully that answers your question. Next person is Calliope, if they're still there. Calliope, I hope I'm saying your name right. Probably not. Yes, I'm reading anything in general. Okay. Let's pull this. Let's pull this new deck. Carnival fun. It's so pretty. It's a pretty deck. Alright. Thank you very much. You're welcome. Let me just shuffle. Idea for a deck with the book, that like a book and then like a guidebook. Though they are too big for my hands. Eeny, meeny, teeny, weeny, shriek, no, no, no. Come on, spirit, help a girl out. After Calliope is Ramona, if they're still there, and then Stacy. Oh, we got one. Professor Simberg. Ooh, look how creepy and shiny. Let's see what this one says. All right. So this one, Professor Simberg represents the beauty and ugliness contained within you. He only creates his masterpieces out of what he sees underneath the facade of skin. Perhaps you have been struggling with low self-confidence or body issues, or with a decision to change or alter your appearance dramatically. That decision is wholly dependent on the truth behind it. It reminds us that beauty is only skin deep. The professor can see it all. His skilled hands are adept at sculpting a likeness that matches what lies beneath. Interesting. Curious to see if that has anything to do with any of your situations there. That was on spot. Wow. I like this new deck. What do we get? I don't even know if I'm going to be able to pronounce this. Neni-chan? You guys can try to pronounce it. Kind of creepy, kind of cool. I like it. The N and G are messing me up there. There we go. Let's see. The Neni-chan is a governing creature, a supreme being that oversees nature, humans, and the community of beings on Earth. However, the fact that this statue in its booth at the carnival is moth-covered and dusty hints that something is amiss, that you have not taken the time recently to connect with and honor the Earth and its life force. Getting caught up in the web of everyday struggles and situations is easy. How can you reconnect with nature and your ancestors? I can answer that for you. Meditation, grounding, going out and just experiencing Earth in its beauty. I love these decks. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. I love moths. I'm gonna pull from a different deck, so give me 1 second. Did I put everything together? Yes, I did. It's this deck again. It's like one of my favorite decks. Can't go wrong with this quantum deck. Tick, tick, tick. Tick, tick, tick. Alright, hold on there. Wow, that was fast. Creation. That has to do with the, I want to say it's the, is that also the solar plexus area? Solar plexus and sacral, where that square is. Creation. Life is your creation. Conclusion. Same spot, gate 42. Come on, Barbie, let's go party. Yeah. Interesting. What is the Barbie song about? I feel like that also ties into your situation. Wrapped in plastic, it's fantastic. That has to do with appearance. Barbie's all about her appearance. You can imagination. Life is your creation. Come on, Barbie, let's go party. Divine inspiration. All right, so we got gate 14, which is creation. I think, again, that has to do with being able to sit still, take time for yourself. The less stress you have, the more creativity you get to birth. Let's see what else. Oh, I had it. I opened it right to the right page. Fuck. To learn to trust, to respond to opportunities that bring resources instead of forcing them or overworking. To learn to value resources and to appreciate how easily they can be created when you are aligned. To be gracious and grateful and not take for granted the resources you have. That could also be true. Let's see, and then conclusion, which is gate 42. And that one is to learn to bring things to completion, to allow yourself to be led to where you need to be to finish things, to value your ability to know how to finish, and to learn to give up your need to try to start everything, to finish things in order to create space for something new. And then 54 is divine inspiration, which again goes with the creation. because sometimes divine inspiration can lead into creation. Creation. All right, so to learn to be a conduit for divine inspiration, to be patient and to wait for alignment and right timing before taking action, to be at peace with stewardship for ideas, and to learn to trust the divine trajectory of an inspiration. All right, let's keep going. Oh ho ho. Purpose. I've said this before. We have multiple purposes as humans. So don't get stuck in your head that, what is my main purpose? I gotta find the perfect purpose for myself, because that leads to inaction and negative thinking and delays. So I feel like it's that expectation of reality, of knowing that it's not just one thing you're meant to do. You're meant to do a multitude of things. Where is it? So, to discover a personal, meaningful, and world-changing narrative that aligns with a sense of purpose and mission, I am ... To learn to love yourself enough to honor the idea that your life is a canvas and you are the artist. What you create with your life is the contribution you give to the world. So again, that falls with creation. And sometimes you just got to get that divine inspiration to find that purpose. And you can do that through meditation and grounding yourself. And not being like continuously in your head trying to control outcomes. Sometimes you just got to go with the flow and pivot when things change up on you. Welcome, Hellcat. That was on spot. All right. So I feel like I'm going to conclude that, and I'm going to go to Ramona. But I feel like that answers. The side effects are starting to kick in, but we got 2 more people left. Ramona, you still here? Thank you very much. You are welcome. You just noticed my phone is dead. Anything, please? Thank you. Okay, Ramona. I'm still gonna pull from this deck. I love this deck. Break it up better. And then Stacy is last, so if Stacy's still here, just so you know, you're next. Okay, we got gate 43, which is insight. Woohoo! Thank you, Spirit. Sustainability. And did we flip around? Okay, Stacy. So after Ramona, it'll be your turn. And Stacy, you never told me what kind of reading you wanted. So think on that while I pull for Ramona here. Thank you. All right, so insight. Number 43. That has to go with your third eye chakra area. Let's see. So this one is to be comfortable and to trust epiphanies and deep inner knowing without doubting what you know. To trust that when the timing is right, you will know how to share what you know and serve your role as a transformative messenger who has insights that can change the way people think and what they know. So it's kind of like, so it's interesting. Well, it's not interesting. There's a reason why it's your third eye. But sometimes when you get those thoughts that just pop out of nowhere, like you can literally be doing a hobby, So, for example, you could be drawing, and all of a sudden, even though you're concentrating on drawing and no other thoughts are, happening, if you suddenly just get that boop thought that feels outside of your own, that's spirit communicating with you and giving you downloads. So trust that information when that happens. And then 59, sustainability. To learn to make abundant choices that sustain you and at the same time others. To collaborate, initiate others into sustainable relationships from a place of sufficiency. To learn to share what you have in a sustainable way. So you could learn to share your, the information you learn from a hobby, or if it's a spirit download, and learning how to spread that in a sustainable way. Or it could just be like, hey, I got information on my best friend Bob, and spirit wants them to know this. Or coming into information that could help other people and knowing how to share that information. All right, 48, wisdom. Again, that also goes hand in hand. Where is number 48? To allow yourself to trust that you'll know what you need to know when you need to know it. To not let the fear of not knowing stop you from creating. To not let not knowing hold you back. So it's kind of like doing these readings live. I mean, I don't know in advance what people are going to ask. So it's kind of like you have to have that confidence that the information that needs to come out will come out. And not to, freak out because you don't know ahead of time. Don't freak out that you can't control every aspect or know everything beforehand. And just kind of go with that flow and trust that the information that you need will come to you at the right time. And then number 50, which is nurturing. Going backwards, man. To transcend guilt and unhealthy obligation and do what you need to do to take care of yourself in order to better serve others. To hold to rigid principles to judge others. So, it's always important to let go of guilt and any unhealthy thinking. You can either do that through meditation, through a therapist. Sometimes you have to do shadow work to understand why or what and then why you're feeling guilt or fear for a certain thing, and just keep asking those why questions. And the more you ask those why questions, the more you'll find answers and better understand yourself. So that way, when things do happen, you have a better understanding of why you react in certain ways, and it'll be easier for you to navigate and pivot to something positive. I don't know why, but the word pivot today is, my favorite word, but it's kind of like adapting and choosing the most positive outcome or path for yourself, and not being stuck in fear or guilt or any negative emotions. So if you have a pattern of negative thinking, this is a good reading to validate that it's time to get out of that habit. Gate 24, blessings. I feel like that's self-explanatory, but let me read from the book. All right. To learn to allow what you truly deserve in your life, to not rationalize allowing less than what you deserve, to find the blessings and power from painful experiences and to use them as catalysts for transformation. Exactly. So it's a good learning experience for yourself. So let's say you had something really bad or traumatic happen. Yeah, in that moment, it might feel pretty shitty, but at the end of the day, you still learned something that you didn't know beforehand. And that in of itself is powerful because it's still promoting growth. And I feel like if people in general, I'm not saying like you specifically, but if people thought more that way instead of dwelling on the negative things that happened, I feel like the world would be much happier and less stuck in violence and just negativity in general. Ramona, you were spot on. Oh, thank you. Hellcat, I'm working on a proprietary plan. You tap into the energy surrounding this particular project. Is there anything I'm overlooking? Hellcat, unfortunately, Stacy's the last person, just because I'm starting to feel yucky from my meds. And speaking of which, Stacy, you're up, because Ramona, I just concluded yours. But next time, Hellcat, if you get on when I'm live, we can do you first. Stacy said general. Okay. So, just put these together. Emily, you're so right about everything. Thank you. You're welcome. My nose is running. My nose is running. My nerves. Alright, so she wanted a general. Do you want this deck? No, I want this deck. Alright, Stacy. Get ready. Wait. Okay, yeah, we're all facing the right way. These cards are easier to shuffle. Alright, let's see. Stacy said general. Oh, Stacy, you're so fine, you're so fine. Just kidding. You blew my mind. I know it's Mickey, but it's fine. It's fine. Alright, what we got? We got the Knight of Pentacles. We got the Four of Cups. Girl, you manifesting something. Ooh. Too many. You know what song that just popped in my head? When you wish upon a star. What is this? Ace of Cups. It's been a while. I don't know how the song goes. Okay. Ooh, Four Pentacles. There's something you're trying to manifest, and it looks like you're going to manifest it, and then you're going to be super happy about it. We have the Nine of Cups, but it came up this way. Interesting. Then we have the Chariot. Oh. Are you afraid that the thing you're manifesting is going to get taken away from you? Literally taken away. Maybe. The Emperor in reverse. All right. So it's like, okay, with the Knight of Pentacles, it's like something's coming your way, and it's something that that you've been wanting and wishing, and oh my god, I can't pick this up. Nah. It's like you're praying for this thing. And for whatever reason, I'm seeing this card, instead of just the top half, I'm seeing it completely, like as the entire thing. And it's like they're giving you that thing. And that. You're like, yay, I got that thing. But then this butthole comes and then fights you for it and rips it out of your hand. I don't know. And then this is just like that person as well. Like, haha, it's mine. You thought, motherfucker. No, I'm just kidding. I got a little far there. Okay. Oh yeah, that's kind of what it's giving. All right, I'm gonna pull something else too. It kind of reminds me of Cinderella, and it's like getting something that she wants, but then it's sabotaged by other people. Maybe this hasn't happened yet. Or maybe it has. This can be past, present, or future. So I'm gonna put these away and pull from a different deck. I haven't used this deck in a while. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. This is not facing the right way. All right. Okay, let's see what else. Hot flashes, my God. Oh, okay, so we got 10 of Pentacles. So this card has to do with wealth, financial security, family, long-term success, and contribution. All right, let's see what other ones pop out. Whoa. So we got the 2 of Cups. So this could deal with unified love, partnership, mutual attraction, proposal, marriage, connection, or it could just be relationship, whether it's family, friends, or romantic. So it's not just romantic, it could be anything really. Are you dealing with like home or worried about home issues, with like family issues? All right, we also have the Devil in reverse, which has to do with releasing limiting beliefs, exploring dark thoughts, detachment, freedom, resorting, control, resentment, lack of will. So I feel like it has to do with a lot of negative thinking or just worries in general. Unless there is some toxic issues going on at home. And we also have the reverse Page of Swords, which has to do with like deception, manipulation, all talk, haste, So if this is popping out after the Devil card, there could be some toxicity within your life that needs to be taken care of, or it's a worry that you have. We have the Empress in reverse, which is interesting because we had that, I don't know, was it the 9 of Cups in reverse with the other deck, which was also a feminine type energy, but the Empress in reverse has to do with a creative block, could be selfish, impatient, dependent on others, inaction, lack of concentration, indecisive, overwhelmed, anxiety, or infidelity. So there's something you might be worried about that maybe you're afraid to talk about within your setting, but it's on your mind. I live by myself with 2 cats, just been worrying about stuff. Okay. That's interesting. There's a lot of family cards. Do you have any, like, issues with family? Because it's weird that there's a specific narrative here. Unless it's kind of like a broad collection and you're just thinking about all this other, like, different stuff, like different situations. We have the 6 of Swords in reverse. So that has to do with personal transition, resistance to change, unfinished business, emotional baggage. So this could just be talking about the emotional baggage and being constantly in your head, just going from one topic to another, if that makes sense. Because if you're not in any type of relationships, or you don't have any issues with family, that's the only other thing I could think of. And like I said, interpretation for me sometimes can be hard. So I might not always be 100%. But sometimes what happens is, it's things that you'll realize later, maybe not at this moment. So the Death card, that has to do with endings and beginnings, change, transformation, metamorphosis, end of a cycle. Usually for me, it has to do with end of a cycle. So maybe there's a cycle that you're in that you're working on ending, and it's a cycle that's more negative. And that could be working on yourself and your anxieties and your stresses. Hi, Emma. Oh my God. Hi, Kristen. It has been a while. I'm in my head a lot. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just got to take a break from that and try not to control every aspect of your life and just go with the flow and just have that understanding that what will happen, and like you just got to learn to adapt and just go with that flow. But things will happen like in a positive way. Like you just have to have that trust in yourself and in the divine. Let's see. All right, we got the 5 of Swords. Let's see. Again, this is pointing to conflict and disagreements and like abusive relationships. And with the Devil card in reverse and then the Page of Swords in reverse, that ties with toxic relationships. So I don't know if you have been in or you're alone because of like you decided fuck this, I'm out kind of deal. But it's pointing to that being a potential source of your issues. And I think it's just pointing to healing that trauma. It is quiet, too quiet. Let's turn to our ghost cam. He hasn't even moved. Ghost cam. Ugh, I'm so itchy from all my bug bites. I'm getting dizzy, guys. My man passed in 23 and I've been alone since. Oh no. So I wonder, I mean, oh, this card could be a me, myself, and I type situation. But it's weird that I would be so off after everyone else's was like on spot. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the 12 months, Kristen. So I think there's just a lot of traumas that need to be healed. A lot of inner turmoil, conflicts. And maybe the toxic stuff is just the stuff that you have to heal and not on a specific person. You are doing well with me? Okay. Let me pull from something else. It's just song just got in my head too. Did this have a book? Did I have a book in this one? I don't even remember. I think it was that other one I'm tripping up on. Let me just pull. I can't get it. Can't get the box. This is why I like hard boxes better. All right. Uno más. It is 10 o'clock, y'all. Okay, I'm losing my deck. I'm losing my deck. There we go. Friendship. Interesting. So this card is pointing to making friendships, finding a support system, getting out of your house, stop hermiting. Don't be a hermit, get out there, socialize. It'll help you get out of that stagnant energy. Yep, and then Riches card popped out. So yeah, I feel like you'll benefit from that and get a lot out of it. It'll provide you with a lot of positive things. Positive energies. It'll help your mental health. Like, it'll just have so many different benefits from you, for you, Stacy. I'm in AA and come home and don't go anywhere else. Yeah, I think it would be good to make friends and do positive things together. Whether that's like, I don't know, find a hobby you guys like, or do that hobby out in public and meet people based off of that. So like, let's say, I don't know, a good example. If you like to cook, maybe you can take a cooking class and maybe you'll meet some new friends that way. Like, try something new and try to get yourself out of that stagnant energy. Cat Goddess. And whenever you said time to go to the ghost cam, I was actually thinking you'd be talking about or referring to the paranormal side of things and not your dog. Sorry. Sorry. Nope, I mean my fur child. Let's see, what have I missed up here? All right, we have Beastie Josh. Good evening. Wonder if you could answer a question. Yeah, I capped my readings just because my medicine's making me feel woozy. And I'm kind of at my limit, because how many did I do? I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I did 16 readings. at my mental capacity. If you guys have any general questions and answers, like, I don't know, paranormal related things, or that don't require a reading and just like I can answer those. Wait, Hellcat, any chance your deck has been printed ready for purchase? It's still in production. So the printing company is working on it. I don't have the physical copies ready yet. And I think my Indiegogo campaign ended. So right now, like, we're kind of just waiting. But all the files have been submitted. I got to look at a proof of the guidebook itself. And now we're just waiting for updates from my printer up in China. I've been in contact with them. I check almost on a weekly basis. They're 12 hours ahead of me in Pennsylvania, but just know the decks are in production. Pre-orders will be out as soon as I get them in my hands. Trust me, you guys will be the first to know, because I'll be so excited. I'm going to be like, look what I got, you know? So trust me, I'm so fucking excited. So fucking excited. It's okay, Beastie. If you want to hold on to your question for the next time I go live, I'll make sure that I'll get you, Hellcat, and whomever else I couldn't do today on the next one. And just stay, like, I would pay attention to the community posts on my YouTube channel page, because I put all my updates on there and when I'll do lives and stuff like that. So just stay tuned for that. Have a good night and thank you. You're welcome, Stacy. I was doing okay, but now the medicine is like kicking my ass. But not too bad, not too bad. It wasn't like the first night where I thought I was gonna fucking throw up everywhere. Perfect, you're awesome. You have helped me a lot. Awesome, I'm glad I could be helpful. Sometimes I wonder, like, how accurate are my readings? Like, are they just like, are you guys just being nice, or are they actually good? But either way, I am thankful that you guys were able to come. I'm trying to think if there are any other updates. But yeah, make sure you guys are following me on Instagram and Facebook, because I'll probably do my live stream jewelry stuff on there and not YouTube, because I don't want to fuck up the algorithm on YouTube. So if anyone's interested in that, definitely follow me there. The name is the same for all my socials, The Fine Art Medium. I still got tons of stuff left over behind me. Let's see if you can see it. Probably can't. Oh, I'm facing the wrong direction. Is it this way? No. This way. Next to that white tube thing are all my incense sprays. So those are listed on my website if you are interested. I still have a bunch of overstock from the fair. I have, if you don't like the kind you burn, there's the spray kind, especially if you live in apartment buildings or whatever and you're afraid to set off your fire alarm. Those are great. They do the same exact thing. Same ingredients, just in spray form. Again, you can order those off my website. But yeah, I mean, until I can get my jewelry listed on my website, gonna be a while. And I'm working on a new project, which is my book, which is gonna be crazy. There's no time for rest. But guys, stay tuned for next Thursday. I think I'm gonna react to Ghost Club Paranormal, and then maybe Sweet Life of Sam and Colby. Yeah. If you're new, that's my new reference for Sam and Colby. Will be Sweet Life or Sweet Life of Sam and Colby, because they remind me of Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. A tiny orb just flew past your head. Is it did it come from the window? Because if so, it's possible that my street's pretty busy. It could be car. It could be car. Lady Sith, time to rest. Someone other than me wants that. Not sure who. Probably my husband. I'm so tired. I don't know what's going on. He looked at me, but it seemed he didn't know me. What? It was an orb. Oh. Yeah, I understood that whole reference to that show. Parallel with your bangs. Oh. Interesting. It was not your son, I don't think. My fur child's on the floor. He hasn't moved. He looks like he's dead, but he's not. He's living his best doggy life. Yeah, it is 10:18. I think I'm gonna end this live stream here. My battery's gonna die. But for everyone who came, thank you so much for joining. And I'll see you guys next Thursday with a reaction video. And yeah, so peace out, everyone. Love and light, positive vibes, and I will see y'all.